Okay, I think the live has started. Give it a minute. All right, well, I'll go ahead and I'll start now. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the 5th episode of Sarah's Science-Based Sustainability Secrets. I'm so glad to have you all here. I'll start out by telling you a little bit about myself. I am a CSU Extension intern this summer, and I'm studying ecosystem science and sustainability. So I have a passion for sustainability and learning, so I'm really happy to be doing this mini-series. And let's talk about CSU Extension. So CSU Extension is the outreach branch of Colorado State University, and we have an office in almost every county in Colorado, and our job is to provide research-based information to the community. And all my information today is from CSU Extension fact sheets and waste management, and I will link all of the links below in my comment after this video. So today we will be talking about recycling. And essentially, recycling is the process of collecting and processing materials that otherwise would be thrown away as trash and turning them into new products. Recycling can benefit your community and the environment. It reduces the amount of waste that's sent to landfills and incinerators. And you can also conserve natural resources such as timber, water, and minerals, and it prevents pollution by reducing the need to collect raw materials. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that one aluminum can saves enough energy to run a TV for 2 hours, power a computer for 3 hours, or light a 100-watt light bulb for 20 hours, according to Waste Management? And so it also allows us to support American manufacturing, conserve valuable resources, and create jobs in the recycling and manufacturing industries in the United States. And speaking of the United States, happy 4th of July. So I should probably show my background. So today I'm at the Center for Hard to Recycle Material, or CHARM, with Jasmine. And Jasmine, can introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine Barco. I am an outreach coordinator with the zero-waste nonprofit EcoCycle. EcoCycle created one of the first Center for Hard to Recycle Materials, which is where we're at today in the nation. So we will do a separate video of the tour of the Center for Hard to Recycle Materials, but right now, today, we're going to talk about single-stream recycling. What can be recycled and what can't be recycled. So I actually brought a bag full of recyclables, and I'm going to put them here into the single-stream recycling dumpster. So the first thing is that I have, we're just going to quickly go through some of the things. Feel free to put any questions in the chat. But a cardboard box. So this was a tissue box. Remember to flatten all your boxes. Please, it says right here, break down all boxes. Most people don't do that, and they just put the entire box in here. You need to break them up so that the machine can identify this as a 2D item. So usually 2D items go one place, which is all the paper and cardboard, and the 3D items go to another place to be separated and further sorted out. A lot of people ask me about the plastic. Should I take this plastic piece off? You don't have to, actually. When paper gets recycled, it basically gets put into a big blender with water, and it gets made into a pulp. There are screens at the paper facility that will take out pieces like this, or any tape, and then they also have magnets to take out things like staples or paper clips. So all of that stuff is fine. Don't worry about it. Just make sure to flatten it, and it can go in here. Another thing is aluminum. You can recycle aluminum foil. Just make sure that you ball it up into a 2-inch diameter or greater so that the magnets can pick it up. Aluminum is actually not magnetic. So what's interesting is that we have 2 magnets that work against each other called a eddy current separator, and that creates a different current, and that's strong enough to pick up aluminum pieces, place them off to a different side, and then these things can be crushed, compacted, and baled up and sent to market.
And quick question, should we be crushing the aluminum cans before we put?
Question. Don't crush your aluminum can remember how I said everything goes one of two ways, 2D items versus 3D items? We need that aluminum can to maintain its shape so it can go off to the right area for it to be recycled.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. I also have some glass. So glass can be recycled and actually is the first closed loop we have in Colorado. We have a company called Momentum Recycling in Bloomfield that buys back all of the glass from the recycling facilities, washes it, dries it, and separates it by color and size. We actually have 2 bottling manufacturers in Colorado, one in Windsor and one in Wheat Ridge. And they buy back this crushed glass, melt it, and put it into their beer bottles. So beer bottles and glass will all stay in Colorado, no need for it to leave the state, and can be back in your grocery store shelves in as soon as 60 days. So please recycle this. A lot of people are concerned about glass breaking, but that's it will get broken up in the process, and the process actually encourages it breaking up. So don't worry about it. You can recycle that. But make sure it's just glass, like bottles, or like wine bottles, or that, I don't know, like a spaghetti sauce jar. Don't put glass, like a drinking glass in there, because glass has different melting temperatures. And the drinking glass, or even worse, a Tupperware, like Pyrex glass, when it all melts at the same temperature, that beer bottle glass will be liquid. The drinking glass will be kind of like mushy, and the Tupperware, like Pyrex glass, will be hard pieces, all at the same temperature. So please just put glass that you would buy at the grocery store that have a good package in there, and then you can put that into the recycle. Always do wash out your glass, especially with something like a spaghetti sauce. Just put a little bit of water in there, put the lid back on, give it a good shake, get rid of the water, and you can recycle the glass. When it comes to the spaghetti sauce jar, the lid is metal, glass is glass. How can the machine say, here's the metal and here's the glass, if they're both connected? So make sure to put them in the recycle bin separately.
Great. That's great. Well, okay, so tell me what you think about this. So according to Waste Management, it says there are 3 main rules to keep recycling simple. The first one is to recycle clean bottles, cans, paper, and cardboard. The second is to keep food and liquid out of your recycling. And the third is no loose plastic bags and no bag recyclables. Yes.
So a lot of people will put their recycling in a plastic bag like this and put the entire bag in the dumpster. We don't want that, because again, all of this recycling is going to go to a big machine that separates everything for us. So how can the machine say, here's the glass and here's the paper and here's the aluminum, when it's all encompassed in the bag? Someone at the recycling facility has to pull some sort of Hulk move and open up this bag so that all the things can fall out. If the bag is dark and you can't see through it, we actually encourage our workers to not open it, because we don't know if there are needles in there, broken glass. They can get hurt, and we don't want that. So please put all of your recyclables loose into your recycle bin so that when it goes to the recycling facility, the machine can actually be able to identify things. Plastic bags, like the kinds that you get at a grocery store, are so lightweight, and even like normal bags, maybe like a wrapping, for example, they're so lightweight they'll actually get sucked up in between the machine's ears and jam the machine. So we have to shut down the recycling facility 2 times a day only to cut all of those stuck plastic bags and de-jam the machine.
Okay, that's great. That's good to know. And so let's talk about how to make recyclables easy at home. So do you recommend we should grab 2 containers, one for trash and one for recycling, and keep them close together at the home, and then print out labels and put them on the recycling bin, put it on the trash can bin so people know? And you can get these at the Waste Management Recycling Resource page. And then so let's talk about, so you can also recycle paper, plastic bottles and containers, food and beverage cans, and milk cartons and juice boxes? Okay.
Definitely. So milk cartons and juice boxes, especially anything that has Tetra Pak at the bottom of it. Tetra Pak is usually like the broth cartons that you get, or different like juice containers. It has aluminum on the inside, carton on the outside, and it's wrapped up in plastic. And so normally when you see that, you would think, oh, this isn't recyclable, but it actually is, and it's the best case of producer responsibility that we have. Tetra Pak is made up of 6 or 7 different manufacturers that have come together and have made the commitment to make their products recyclable. So what makes their product recyclable? They don't use adhesives. So when you buy a carton of broth, you will see a seam along the side, and that seam means that all of those materials are stamped together. So Tetra Pak and the Carton Council actually buy back their products for them to unseam it, separate all of the different materials, and recycle it themselves. That is the best case of producer responsibility that we have. So please recycle your cartons, especially if they say Tetra Pak at the bottom. If it's a milk carton, like one that like an elementary school would give out those that are tiny, we do have a company called Rewall, based in Iowa. They are supposed to come and set up shop in Colorado Springs that takes back those cartons. Their machinery uses heat to compress them, and they make building materials out of it. So cartons definitely recyclable.
Great. Okay.
You can
And
see that over there too.
oh, yeah, that's great. So also, let's talk about what you can't recycle. So Waste Management put together the Dirty Dozen. And what they say the Dirty Dozen are plastic bags and foam, food, grease, shredded paper, candy wrappers, straws, napkins, liquids, beverage cups, biodegradable plastics, and disposable silverware. So food can be put into the compost bins, and should the rest just go into the trash? Into the,
I would say so, yeah. So straws and disposable utensils are very thin. They will usually just literally get lost in between the cracks of the recycling facility. So yeah, it's not good. Plus it's made out of plastic, and plastic is not the greatest material when it comes to recyclability. Things like aluminum and glass can be recycled indefinitely. It just needs to be melted and made into something new again, and that's it. Paper can only be recycled around 5 to 7 times because it is made from trees. It's an organic material. Each time it goes through the recycling process, its fibers get shorter and shorter, meaning the material gets weaker and weaker. So paper can start off strong like a cardboard box, but by the end of its life cycle, it will usually always be a paper towel, tissue, or napkin. And a lot of people, and it's actually one of the main contaminants that I see in the recycling bin, think that paper towels, tissues, and napkins are recyclable because it's paper, but it's actually not. It's compost, because that's the end of its life cycle for it being recycled, and you probably got it dirty with food or some sort of liquid, and as Waste Management said, we don't want any food or liquids in the recycling stream. Those can attract insects or animals, and that can harm our workers at the facility. So please compost your paper towels, tissues, and napkins instead. It's good to be made back in.
okay, great. And then last thing is, let's talk about recycling contamination. So non-recyclable items can contaminate the recyclables, and recyclables stuck in plastic bags are at risk for never making it through the recycling process. And also recyclable items that are placed into garbage containers that are put into the landfill will never be recycled effectively. So the right thing to do is to put the right recyclables in the recycling containers and the non-recyclables in garbage containers. And you should also make sure that, like Jasmine said, that containers are empty to avoid contamination. And recycling could sound daunting because sometimes it's, you don't know what the dirty dozen are and you want to just put everything into the landfill. But if you can keep the dirty dozen list on your phone or print out pictures and post it above your trash and recycling bin, you can take a few minutes to review the list. And so every time you choose to recycle, you are giving that item a new meaning and a second life to serve a new purpose and to save natural resources. So with 4th of July coming up, this is a great weekend to give back to our American country and learn how to put recycling into our everyday life. And just a little fun fact before Jasmine explains EcoCycle a little bit. The EPA released information on the economic benefits of the recycling industry in 2016, and the National Recycling Economic Information Study found that in 1 year, recycling and reuse activities in the United States accounted for 757,000 jobs, $36.6 billion in wages, and $6.7 billion in tax revenues. So now more than ever is a perfect time to start recycling, and CSU Extension is here for you. And, leave some questions in the comments, and please contact me with any other questions. And thank you for listening. And next week, we will be talking about energy saving. And in the next second half of this video, I'm going to stop this one. Jasmine is going to explain EcoCycle and take us on a little tour of a hard-to-recycle recycling facility. Thank you all for attending. I will see you guys next week, and happy 4th.